Hi, my name is Ann Dawson, and I like milk. Unfortunately, I cannot produce it myself, no matter how hard I try, so I will inevitably have to go to a grocery store to buy more. I hate shopping, though. I find the whole experience rotten. Grocery stores seem intentionally designed to foster frustration within me. It's because the aisles are too narrow. Stores, in an attempt to maximize the profitability of their space, will put the aisles too close together and form these narrow hallways that I and other customers will then have to navigate through with big old clunky carts. And of course, one of the wheels is going to be messed up. It gets crowded and hard to navigate very fast. In fact, it only takes two people going in opposite directions down an aisle to completely block off that aisle for everyone else. And this happens all the time because people have to go down the aisle very slowly to make sure they're properly checking the prices and seeing what brands are available or are on sale or any other assortment of things like that. It's just a big ol' fucking mess. I hate shopping. I find this all exacerbates a lot of my social anxieties. I'm always wondering if I'm in someone's way, if someone else is intentionally in my way, or if I'm taking too long trying to pick out which brand of chips I want to eat that day. Jalapeno! I also have to wonder a lot of the time whether or not I'm being creepy when I patiently stand to the side waiting for someone to pick out their brand of chips so that I can then step in after them and pick out mine. I'm gonna file all of that stuff under a "it's me" problem though. So, with my social anxieties promptly ignored, we find that the problem of grocery stores having aisles that are too narrow is very trivial and very small. Even so, there has got to be a better way to organize grocery stores. There has got to be a better way. Look, I just want the aisles to be wider. I don't think it's that big of an ask. I just want grocery stores to be designed with traffic flow in mind. Oh wait, they actually are.
Research tells us that the way a door opens dictates where the customer flows. This door opens to the right, so a customer would naturally go left. To make the maximum impact of this, we have good promotional displays with effective pricing.
Everyone knows that grocery stores will put the most commonly purchased goods, such as milk, in the back corner of the store, farthest from the entrance. Grocery stores do this because they want their customers to walk through the entirety of the store. They want customers to do this because the longer a customer spends in the store, the more likely it is that they will purchase more stuff. Stores do take traffic flow in mind when designing their layout. It's just that they don't use the data they have available to them to make a layout easy for customers to navigate. They make a layout that directs customers towards goods they wish to sell. Stores are designed to waste our time. They're designed to keep you and me in the store for as long as possible, so that we may be exposed to products we have no interest in, have no want for, and of which we most certainly have no need.
And also, as we go around the store, we would secondary place baskets. Again, so it encourages that customer to carry on shopping, because when their first basket's full, we don't want them to go straight back to the counter.
For another example on how grocery stores are built to manipulate us, consider that the most popular items are often placed in the direct center of an aisle. This is so that a customer has to go all the way into an aisle to get the product they want, wherein they are exposed to a bunch of other products that they don't want. And once they're in the aisle, the manipulation does not stop there, because eye level is buy level. The most expensive products are often placed at eye level in order to encourage an impulsive customer to buy the more expensive product over a cheaper, often identical product placed on the higher shelf or the bottom shelves.
50% of all purchases are made on impulse. While the customer's waiting and browsing at the checkout, we place deliberately confectionery where we get that last impulse sale, and we also promote at eye level for the certain customer, so children's level low, adult confectionery higher to get both impulses.
Again, stores are not designed with ease of access in mind, nor are they designed with respect towards a customer's time. Instead, they are designed around maximizing the extraction of wealth from customers by forcing customers to spend more time inside them than they otherwise would. We can see through the examples set by grocery stores that capitalism's profit motive makes life more frustrating than it otherwise would be. Of course, this is a relatively small thing. There are much bigger reasons why capitalism sucks, like how there is an abundance of food, yet people somehow still starve. I just wanted to point out that while capitalism might work, in so much that it does function. It does not work for you. Capitalism does work against you. Even in the smallest, most seemingly innocuous ways, capitalism works against you. So, now that I have swayed you to the revolutionary cause with my damning and irrefutable takedown of capitalist grocery stores, let's do a thought experiment. How would a grocery store be laid out without the profit motive? How would a grocery store be laid out with ease of access and respect towards a customer's time? I, for one, envision some sort of express aisle, where things like milk and bread and cereal and coffee and other commonly purchased goods are located up front closest to the entrance and leads directly to the exit. This way, if you're like me, you can just go in, get your shit, and go. But if you do want more specific things, you can go farther into the store to get those things. And this might create opportunities to put things like candy and soda in the far, far back so as to discourage unhealthy purchasing decisions. I don't know. I'm not a designer, okay? You tell me how you'd run a post-revolutionary grocery store in the comments below. Engagement. Now, I'm not sure this would solve my main problem with grocery stores, that the aisles are too close together, but at least I wouldn't be in the store for as long. So, really, I guess it's a non-problem, and if it is a problem, you don't need to overthrow capitalism to solve it. But I still have other problems with shopping. Often I feel overwhelmed. All of the different packages and advertisements are incredibly disorienting and overstimulating. I get headaches when I go out shopping, and it sucks because a lot of the time all I want to get is milk. But in order to get milk, I must first go through the entire store. I have to run a gauntlet of advertisements and colorful packages, all trying to shine brighter than the other and distract me from my one true goal, the milk. I originally wanted to make this video as some sort of response to a tweet made by some conservative guy. He posted a picture of himself inside a Cuban market where he tried to point out that they didn't have a lot of varied brands for sale, and as such, the Cuban consumer did not have much consumer choice. And without consumer choice, they had no freedom. But regardless of the guy's intention, the pictures look to me like, wow, Cuba looks like a land of plenty, and oh god, I would love to go shopping in Cuba, or at least I could rest assured that I would be buying the best possible product for the lowest possible price, as opposed to in America, where all sorts of advertising and packaging will try and mislead me into buying inferior products for more money. Cuba in these pictures looks like freedom. Freedom from corporate manipulation and freedom from con artistry. Freedom from having to spend time out of my day trying to figure out which brand of cereal is cheapest and which ones are trying to rip me off. The great masses of Twitter astutely pointed out that one of the criticisms made by American conservatives against socialism is this idea that socialism would result in some sort of massive famine that would result in the starvation of millions, maybe even billions. But as the pictures so brilliantly point out, Cuba has a lot of food. And what's more is they have a lot of food in spite of being the victims of decades of economic blockade imposed on them by the strongest military power in the world. Meanwhile, within that military power, just under 100 miles away, people are starving while grocery stores remain overfull. As was also pointed out by the great Twitter horde, was that the variety of products and goods we have here in capitalist countries tends to be a lie. Most of the products and goods are identical to one another, and what's more is they all tend to be owned by the same handful of massive corporations. Private labeling and white labeling are common capitalist schemes. White labeling, as far as I understand it, is where a manufacturer will produce a product and then sell it to a retailer. The retailer will then sell it to the consumer under the brand name of the retailer, while also selling to the consumer the product produced by the manufacturer under the manufacturer's own brand name. This results in a situation where on the same store shelves are two identical products sold at different prices by using different labels. Example time! Take milk. This is California Sunshine. But actually, it's spider milk, and it costs $2 extra because it's a premium brand. Fuck you. Now, the capitalists, of course, are not going to often talk about how all of their products are actually identical to their supposed competitors' products, but the truth does tend to come out whenever there is a product recall. For instance, in 2014, there was a recall on peanut butter products produced by a company called Inspired Natural Foods. This recall, however, affected multiple brands as seemingly different as Arrowhead Mills, Maranatha, Trader Joe's, Kroger, Whole Foods, Safeway. All of these brands, despite their supposed differences as indicated on the label, had to be recalled because they were all the identical peanut butter produced by the same people in the same place. They were all infected by the same salmonella. This is not consumer choice. This is the illusion of choice. Two of those brands aren't even actually competitors. Maranatha and Arrowhead Mills are owned by the same corporation, the Hain Celestial Group. I don't know why a corporation would want to release two competing versions of peanut butter. It seems a bit redundant to me, but that's capitalism for you. I mean, look at all these brands of water. Fucking water. Surely this is the highest expression of freedom. Never mind that people who need insulin can't afford it, or that people who need homes can't afford those. Do those people have consumer choices? Do those people have freedom? No, they do not. So, in conclusion, I guess, grocery stores manipulate you, capitalism exploits you, and consumer choice is an illusion. None of these transgressions have any upsides, and they all make a simple task such as buying milk a big pain in the ass. Howdy! The primary video might have ended, but you can still sit back, relax, and watch me do a thing called capitalist innovation as I create wholly new and unique products right before your eyes. And while you're doing that, I can give you some more Breadtube recommendations, because as you're already well aware, I'm not the only one doing this kind of thing. There's Lipstick Linebacker. Her video Cake or Death looks at an Eddie Izzard joke and talks about Coercion and labor exploitation. It's a good joke, and it's a good video that you should watch. Then there's also Alki, who does a lot of history stuff. Really nice. Recently released a video called Slave Labor in the American South, which is about slave labor in America, particularly in the South. It's a good general overview if you want a refresher, or if you for some reason don't know anything about it. You should know stuff about it. Go watch that video. Then there is, of course, Caltrops Dellastrada, who just released a video called The Top 5 Hottest Commodities. Psst. Number 2 might surprise you. In fact, they all might surprise you. These aren't the kind of commodities you typically think about. There are, of course, many other Breadtubers that I did not name, but I can't name everyone, so please go search them out. Everyone is nice, and you should like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon, all of those things on their videos, as well as mine. Thank you very much for watching.